Hi, welcome back to 16RC Tank Workshop. In this video, I'll be looking at the underside of the hull, fitting some of the covers. These covers don't come with the kit, but they'll add a little bit of unseen detail. Next, I'll show you how I detailed the bracket connecting the upper to the lower hull, and then how I fit the components for the upper hull. I'm moving around in 60-degree increments. This is a bigger cover, and at this time it's 4 screw holes, so I'll be using 90-degree increments. It's also a slightly bigger tool. Let's move over to the vise now. Using the drawings in Panzer Tracts, I've worked out the locations for the various hatches. Here you can see I've placed them, and I've marked the locations for the drill spots. I'll drill out each of the hatch holes in a similar way. Here we have the covers fitted. These are 10 BA screws and these are 9 BA screws fitting the hatches. I've also fitted these hatches to the rear. These will be more visible. The small access hatch that you can see here, I've added cone heads to this. They're dummy cone heads. So now we have the access hatches etch primed. Once the tank is built, these probably won't be seen much. So why do I bother adding them? Well, I'm not a professional machinist, so it's good practice just to make these hatches. I may have to make something similar for a more visible place in the future, so it's a good bit of practice to make these hatches now. Also, it's nice to know that that detail is there. I'd just like to say a big thank you for all the subscriptions. The channel's now hit over 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't already subscribed, please support the channel by subscribing. Also hit the like button, and if you have any comments or questions, please put something in the comment section. I'll try to reply to all comments. It's great that the channel has actually passed the 1,000 subscribers mark, but let's now head towards 10,000. Next would be to start the upper sides of the hull. The kit came with these aluminium angle brackets and they fit roughly in this position, and the upper hull was built on top of those. And this is how the upper hull is attached to the lower hull. It's quite similar to the real Panzer III. The full top part of the hull could be removed for work on the transmission and engine by undoing the brackets and simply lifting away. Looking at my drawings in Panzer Tracts, the bracket should actually be a bit longer than the kit bracket. Also, some of these models also had this scalloped finish on the bracket attaching to the hull. The kit is just a plain angle bracket. So I'm going to use new brackets and I'm going to replicate the scalloped finish. Here's one of the new brackets I've made. They're a little bit longer than the kit part. Here's the new brackets I've made. They'll fit to the hole using M2 screws. I've tapped the new holes with M2. Here we have the hull sides assembled with my new brackets. They'll fit on here. I can bolt them on using M2 screws. I've also fitted the brackets to attach the front glacis plate, as my bracket covers the screw position. So let's get these in place. I'm not going to secure every hole at the moment. I want to keep it fairly loose for the moment. So that's that hull side secure. It's only held with 3 bolts at the moment, whereas I've actually tapped 13 screw holes to hold it on. That's both sides fitted securely, just 3 or 4 screws holding each side. Next we'll fit the front glacis plate to the brackets. So with M3 countersunk screws. I'm just enlarging the countersink here because the screws are actually protruding a little bit, so I'm making the countersink a bit deeper. This will be much easier to fill later, whereas I would have to file this screw down. So that's the glacis plate fitted securely. The decks are held in place with these small brackets. They secure in each of these locations. Next I'm going to fit these brackets and secure the top decks. Here we have the top deck fitted onto the brackets. So here we have the basic assembly of the upper hull. Top deck fitted. Rear deck. The rear deck is just loosely fitted. I want to take it off again. The rear hatches were held in place with this simple bracket. I want to make a complete inner bracket for each of the hatches. If you look at my last video, you can see I did something similar on the front. This kit didn't have a floor onto which to mount the electronics. I usually make my own anyway, so that's something I'll do next. That's why I want to leave this rear end separate for the moment. So I'll put a floor the full length. Also, I want to put a firewall in which will support the deck divide here a little bit better anyway. So right down inside, it'll divide up the interior space. I'll most likely fit the batteries into this section and the electronics into the rear. There's quite good access here with the hatches. The base here is quite open. There's no part to fill this. On the original Panzer III there was a mesh grille here, so I'll see if I can get a suitable mesh to make up a grille. Also the escape hatches here, they're opening freely, so I want to put some sort of catch to keep that in a closed position. Here we can see those hatches that have mounted. Here's a view of the fillet detail. In the next video we'll have a look at filling some of the screw marks and also getting some fake milliput welds. We'll also have a look at getting a floor built into the bottom of the vehicle. This will enable me to fit the electronics and a firewall which will help to support the midsection of the deck. I'll also have a look at the possible layout of the electronics. Before fitting the electronics, I'll need to do a bench test. This vehicle has motion and sound. If you follow the Armortek instructions, the suspension units would go in before the top deck sections. I'm planning on doing quite a few modifications to the suspension units. So for now I'm just trial fitting the top decks as well. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll put a video here and another one here. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you next time.